Rain lashed against the windows of the cozy Bean Café. Mia huddled deeper into her armchair, seeking solace from the dreary weather outside. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, a comforting scent that did little to ease her writer's block.
Her fingers drummed impatiently on the worn surface of her laptop, the blank screen mirroring her empty mind. Frustrated, Mia decided to take a break. She glanced around the cafe, her eyes falling on a forgotten notebook resting on the table next to hers. Its leather cover was a deep, rich brown, and a worn-out bookmark peeked out from its pages.
Curiosity piqued, she hesitantly reached for the notebook. As she opened it, she realized it wasn't filled with scribbled notes or to-do lists. Instead, page after page overflowed with vivid descriptions of dreams. Each entry was more fantastical and imaginative than the last.
Who was this person who dreamt in such vibrant hues? Could they be a fellow creative soul seeking refuge in a world of their own making?
Intrigued, Mia found herself lost in the poetic prose, hoping for a clue to the notebook's owner. The dreams in the notebook were like portals to hidden worlds. One moment she was soaring over snow-capped mountains on the back of a giant eagle. The next she was exploring underwater cities bathed in coral reefs. Each dream was meticulously detailed, filled with emotions that leapt off the page.
Mia found herself drawn not just to the fantastical imagery, but to the heart that poured from every word. The dreamer wrote with a vulnerability that resonated deep within her own soul. It felt strangely intimate, like stumbling upon someone's secret diary.
As she delved deeper, she started noticing recurring themes. A quaint cafe in Paris, always bustling with life. Sunsets over the Greek islands, painted in hues of orange and purple, a sense of longing for connection, for someone to share these dreams with.
Could the owner be a traveler? An artist? The dreams hinted at a life less ordinary, one filled with adventure and beauty. Mia knew she should put the notebook back, respect the owner's privacy, yet she couldn't shake off the feeling that fate had brought this book to her.
Lost in the world of dreams, Mia didn't notice the man approaching her table. He was tall, with tousled brown hair and kind eyes that crinkled at the corners when he smiled. He was carrying a camera bag slung over his shoulder, a worn leather notebook clutched in his hand.
"Excuse me," he began, his voice warm and apologetic. "I think you might have something of mine."
Mia's heart skipped a beat. This was him, the dreamer. She quickly closed the notebook, feeling a blush creep up her cheeks.
"Oh, I'm so sorry. I found it on the next table and, well, the dreams were just so captivating I couldn't resist taking a peek."
He chuckled, a melodious sound that sent shivers down her spine.
"No worries, happens all the time. My name is Ethan." He extended a hand towards her.
"Mia," she replied, her own hand trembling slightly as she shook his.
"A writer, I presume? You handle that notebook with the delicate touch of someone who treasures words?"
"And you, Ethan, are a dreamer," Mia countered, returning his smile. "Your words painted worlds more vivid than any photograph could capture."
Weeks turned into months. Mia diligently worked on her story, fueled by the memory of their encounter and inspired by the dreams Ethan had shared. She wrote about a young woman who found a notebook filled with fantastical tales, a woman who dared to dream and chase after her own adventures. One breezy afternoon, while collecting her mail, Mia found a postcard addressed to her. It was from Ethan. The picture was of a charming cafe in Paris, bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun. On the back, in his familiar scrawled handwriting, were these words:
"The cafe from my dreams. It's even more magical in person. Come join me, write our next chapter together."
Mia's heart soared. This wasn't just an invitation to travel, it was an invitation to share a life, to weave their dreams into a shared reality. Ethan had taken a leap of faith, and now it was her turn. With a heart full of hope and a newfound courage, Mia began to write her reply.
This time it wasn't a story I was crafting, but a real-life love letter.